All right, let's get right into it. You know, not all reviews are created equal. Some can really, truly help your business, and others, well, they're just kind of there. In this explainer, we're going to break down what makes a review genuinely persuasive. Because here's the thing, the best reviews do way more than just say nice things. They actually give future customers the confidence they need to choose you. So take a look at these two. On the surface, they're both great, right? 5 stars, positive vibes. But are they really equally valuable? I don't think so. The one on the left is fine, sure, but the one on the right, that one tells a story. And that tiny difference is everything we're talking about today. And that brings us to our first big idea. Not all reviews are equal. It's great to get any kind of positive feedback, of course, but some reviews are just so much more powerful than others. And why is that? Well, it's because your potential customers aren't just looking for a thumbs up. They're searching for proof, for reassurance that you're the right choice for them. So here's the bottom line. Positive is good. We like positive. But useful? Useful is a whole lot better. Your goal shouldn't just be to collect a bunch of praise. It's to gather feedback that gives people real, actual information that helps them make a decision. Okay, so let's dig into that a little deeper and talk about those really common vague reviews. You know the ones I'm talking about. We see them all the time, but honestly, they have a pretty small impact when it comes to swaying someone's final decision. I mean, how many times have you seen these? Great service, highly recommended. We've all seen them, we've probably all written them. And look, they're nice, they're positive, but they don't give a potential customer anything to grab onto. They're kind of like empty calories. Feels good for a second, but there's no real substance. And that's the real problem, isn't it? Generic praise just doesn't answer any of the questions that a new customer has buzzing around in their head. Like, what was so great about the service? Why are you recommending it so highly? These reviews leave the reader hanging. So, what actually makes a review persuasive? Well, it really boils down to two key ingredients: specificity and authenticity. These two things are what make a review feel real, feel trustworthy, and ultimately feel helpful to somebody who's on the fence. Let's circle back to that stronger review from the beginning. This one just works. Why? Because it's full of specific details. Responded quickly. That immediately tells me they're good with communication. Explained everything clearly. Okay, that builds trust. Made the whole process easy. Now you're painting a picture of what my experience could be like. And this gets to a fundamental truth about all of this. Specificity creates trust. When you read those little details, you instinctively feel like it came from a real person's actual experience. It's not just some random comments. It makes the praise feel earned, and that makes it believable. But it's not just about the details. Authenticity is absolutely huge. You know, customers have a pretty good radar for reviews that sound a little too perfect, the ones that read more like marketing copy. In fact, sometimes a balanced review, one that maybe even mentions a tiny hiccup that your team handled really well, can feel way more trustworthy because it sounds human. It feels real. When you get right down to it, the number one job of a great review is to reduce a potential customer's uncertainty. It's all about helping them feel more confident in their choice by letting them imagine a positive outcome for themselves. Just think about that customer's mental journey. They start off feeling a little unsure, a little hesitant. Then they find a detailed, useful review that speaks directly to their worries. That review helps them clearly imagine themselves having a great experience. And that's what gets them over the line. They finally feel confident enough to make a decision. A truly great review guides them through that entire process. So maybe we need to redefine what a great review even is. It's not just a nice little compliment. It is a trust-building asset for your business. It's a tool that actively lowers the perceived risk for your future customers by giving them the specific, believable, and useful details they're desperately looking for. And all of this leads to the most important takeaway for any business owner. Your strategy shouldn't just be about getting more reviews. It needs to be about getting better reviews, the kind that are genuinely influential. Now, don't get me wrong, you really do need both. Quantity is important for sure. It makes your profile look active, established, and trustworthy at a glance. But it's the quality of those reviews that does the real heavy lifting. Quality is what actually convinces people and gets them to take that next step. So the real goal here is to collect better reviews, not just more of them. It's all about making it simple for your happy customers to leave that meaningful, detailed feedback that builds rock-solid trust. And that's where having a thoughtful strategy for collecting reviews can be a total game changer.
So if we were to boil this entire explainer down to one single thought, this would be it. A good review isn't just positive. It is specific, it's believable, it's useful, and it's detailed enough to help your future customers feel genuinely confident about choosing you. That right there is what makes a review persuasive. And that brings us to the final question, the one for you to think about. Go take an honest look at your own reviews. Are they just positive, or are they truly persuasive? Would they give a brand new customer all the confidence they need to pick up the phone and call you?